Have you noticed that when English native speakers talk, they have special ways of saying their sentences and their tones go up and down like that, and you think, they're English. Now I can help you too to have the same ways of intonation and the same ways of saying questions so that you too can sound much more like a native speaker. Interested? So watch this video so that you can find out exactly how to do it, and watch to the end because I give you tips on how to practice your intonation. Let's go. Welcome to my channel where you will learn English better, and welcome aboard Palm Tree Teaching English Academy. I'm Deirdre Nicholas, teacher, trainer, speaker and English expert, and for more than 20 years I've helped thousands of English learners all around the world improve their English, and now it's your turn. For a new way to learn English that really works, subscribe to my channel by clicking on the red button and the bell so that you don't miss any of my twice weekly lessons. So, what is intonation? Well, intonation is all about the way we say things, not the words themselves. It's a form of pronunciation. Every language has its own musical sounds and its rising and falling melody, and this is what we call intonation. In fact, you could think of your voice as a musical instrument. How you say things is just as important as what you say in order to sound fluent and natural in English. Intonation shows the speaker's attitude and it gets your meaning across. Let me give you an example. If your friend told you that they'd just won £1 million, there are two ways of responding that can change the meaning. Firstly, you might say, "Really?" Or you might say, "Really?" Now, the first one, with a rising tone, "Really?" sounds like you're surprised, and actually it's a pleasant thing. The second one, with the falling tone, "Really?" sounds like you don't believe them. So you can see how important intonation is. There are lots of ways that intonation is used in English, of course, such as making statements about things, listing things, expressing your feelings and emotions, and stressing certain points and so on. In this lesson, I'm going to share with you how to ask questions British English style to improve your English and to sound much more natural. So the correct intonation in asking questions is incredibly important, but luckily there are some rules that I'm going to teach you. Listen to these questions. Do you want to go for coffee? Where do you want to go for coffee? Did you notice the difference? The first one, "Do you want to go for coffee?" had a rising intonation. The second one had a falling intonation. Where do you want to go for coffee? Why? So the rule is, if the question is a closed question and you can answer it with a yes or no answer, then the intonation rises. So in that example, "Do you want to go for coffee?" the answer is either yes or no, so the intonation rises. These types of questions usually start with question words such as are, will, did, do, have, and you always answer them with a yes or a no. So for example, is there a lesson now? Is there a lesson now? Or, do you want me to help you? Do you want me to help you? The second question, with a falling intonation, "Where do you want to go for coffee?" is used for most other types of questions and for questions where the answer cannot be yes or no. For example, "Why aren't you going to school?" "Where did you meet your best friend?" Or, "When do you finish work today?" So now let's focus on how you can practice your intonation and how you can improve it in your own speaking. Here are some ideas for you. Number one, the first way is to become much more aware of your own intonation and how you sound. Listen to your voice. How? By recording yourself. Listen to yourself and how you speak. You can just use a mobile phone to do that. You can even do it with a friend and create a dialogue between you and help each other. And teachers in schools, you can do it with your pupils as well. You could use a script from a book or a scene from a film. Listen to your intonation. Think about, does it sound natural? Does it show your attitude? The third idea is shadow read with a video. Why not try this one? Turn on the subtitles and read it aloud as I'm saying the words as well. Watch a short segment and then repeat it. Try to match the same stress and pace and pitch. The fourth idea is exaggerate your intonation. Really exaggerate it so when the pitch rises, make your voice really rise higher than you normally would. Of course, you wouldn't do this in public, but you become much more aware of it. Listen to lots of native speaking English on the television, on YouTube, on podcasts, BBC News, BBC Radio. The more you listen to native speakers speaking English, the more you will notice how native speakers use intonation to express themselves. So I hope you've really enjoyed this video. If you have, hit the like button and put a comment underneath the video because I'd love to hear from you. Don't forget, I post 2 lessons a week, one on a Tuesday and one on a Friday. So subscribe so you don't miss any of my lessons. And I hope you really enjoy learning your English, and I'll see you really soon. Bye.